You feel it first as a change in temperature, a cold draft in a room that was once warmed by a constant, focused light. His light, his gaze. It's not a thunderclap, it's a silence. The silence where a compliment used to be, the empty space where a shared laugh once echoed. He looks at you, but he doesn't see you. You've become transparent. A ghost in the architecture of his life, a life he designed with you as the centerpiece. And so the frantic dance begins. You start questioning everything. Was it the dress? The words you chose? The way you laughed? You become a frantic detective searching for clues to a crime you don't understand. You replay every conversation, dissect every glance, trying to pinpoint the exact moment you became invisible. You try to amplify yourself. You speak louder, you dress brighter, you perform the version of you he first fell in love with, but the audience is gone. The theater is empty. You feel yourself shrinking, becoming a caricature. A puppet trying to dance without a puppeteer, collapsing into a heap of tangled strings. This is more than heartbreak. This is an identity crisis, a psychological erasure. Because when a man elevates you, puts you on a pedestal, he isn't seeing you. He is seeing a reflection of his own desires. You weren't a person. You were a project, a beautiful object he curated for his own emotional gallery. Your purpose was to be admired, to be special for him. This phenomenon is known as idealization devaluation, a core mechanic in narcissistic personality structures, but present in many relationships. First, he projects all his fantasies of perfection onto you. You are the muse, the goddess, the one. This initial phase is intoxicating. It's a rush of dopamine, of validation. His gaze feels like sunlight, and you bloom under it. You start to believe the fantasy yourself. Your identity becomes intertwined with his perception. His adoration isn't just a compliment, it's the proof of your existence, the confirmation of your worth. But here is the brutal truth. Pedestals are precarious, and fantasies are fragile. No human can sustain the weight of perfection. The moment you reveal a flaw, a need, a moment of messy humanity, the projection shatters. You are no longer the perfect reflection, and the devaluation begins. His gaze doesn't just turn away, it turns cold. The admiration is replaced with disappointment, then irritation, and finally indifference. The most brutal punishment of all. Consider the story of Elara, the marionette. She met a man, Julian, an artist of words. He didn't just compliment her, he wrote sonnets to her existence. He called her his unearthly muse, his saving grace. He praised her quiet nature, calling it mysterious depth. He admired her laugh, calling it a symphony against the silence. Elara drank it in. She had never felt so seen. She began to unconsciously edit herself, amplifying the parts he praised and hiding the parts he never mentioned. She suppressed her loud, boisterous opinions. She hid her anxieties. She became the curated masterpiece, a living sculpture of his admiration. Then the shift. It was subtle, a glance at another woman that lingered too long, a poem he wrote that wasn't about her, a silence that felt heavy with unspoken critique. Her mysterious depth was now moodiness. Her symphony of a laugh was now childish. The very qualities he had placed on the pedestal were now the reasons for his disappointment. Elara panicked. She tried harder. She became quieter, then louder, then funnier. She was a performer auditioning for a role she had already lost. The end wasn't a fight. It was apathy. He left not with anger, but with the casual disinterest of a curator storing away a piece that no longer fits the collection. And Elara was left alone in the dark. Not with a broken heart, but with a shattered self. She didn't know who she was without his gaze to define her. This is the breaking point, the moment of utter desolation. But it is also the beginning of something else, the transformation. Because in the crushing silence, you are forced to listen to a new voice, your own, the one that was drowned out by the thunderous applause of his approval. You realize the pedestal was never a place of honor. It was a cage. The gaze was not sunlight. It was a spotlight that demanded a constant, exhausting performance. He didn't break you. He broke the illusion he created. He broke the mirror he was holding up to himself. What feels like your own shattering. Healing is not about finding another gaze to validate you. It is about learning to see yourself clearly, completely, without projection or performance. It's about gathering the broken pieces, not to rebuild the old statue, but to create a mosaic. Each piece a story, a flaw, a strength, messy, imperfect, and breathtakingly real. The gaze that breaks you is a lie. It was never about you. It was about him, his needs, his fantasies, his emptiness. Your truth, your worth, was never held in his eyes. It was always waiting in the dark, behind the curtain, after the applause died down, waiting for you to finally turn and see it for yourself.